What is good, Ninja? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today we have some awesome information for you guys, like always, so let's go ahead and get right into it. On Twitter, Hideki Kamiya actually revealed the inspiration for the legendary title Okami. This is what he had to say on the matter. A young Hideki Kamiya, the creator of Okami, do you understand now? And then he linked a picture over to him which looks like circa 1970s or 80s, and it shows a picture of him and it looks like a school outfit, so definitely when he was young, and then a dog right underneath the steps right there, and it looks like his dog that he had. And if you look at the dog, it has a lot of white with brownish orange on it, just like Okami. So this was actually heartwarming and awesome to see as far as Hideki Kamiya revealing the inspiration for one of the greatest games of all time in Okami, a game that I have played many times, whether it was the PlayStation 2 or the Nintendo Wii or the PlayStation 3. I played Okami so many times and 100%ed the game on each of the systems. Yes, it was never the biggest seller out there, but it had a ton of spirit, it had so much life in the game, and it had amazing controls with a great story and a likable protagonist that was kind of silent but strong at the same time. Amaterasu is one of the greatest characters in my opinion, but I do feel that many people didn't want to play as a dog, as the game on the PS2 didn't really sell at all in 2006 when it was launched, and the PS2 had like 120 million plus units sold at that time. So it was interesting to see the game not really do so well, just because the game was really awesome as far as the reviews and everything. Heck, it was getting Game of the Years and all of that. Then I remember picking up the Wii version, and I think that version in 2007 actually did better than the PlayStation 2 version, and then there was the PS3 version that I also played and got everything. I 100%ed each one of them, and that was great too, so I have that digitally. So it's interesting with this one because Hideki Kamiya has made some of the greatest franchises out there, whether it's Beautiful Joe, whether it's Okami, Devil May Cry. There are so many great franchises that Hideki Kamiya has spearheaded, and it's interesting to see that Capcom has not went back to him in order to revive some of these franchises that have been long gone at this point or have just been dormant. I know that we're going to be getting the Okami HD on the PS4 and Xbox One, and hopefully the Nintendo Switch in 2018 at some point, but at the same time it just seems weird that they haven't contracted him at this point. I know the breakup was a little bit messy at times, but I'm pretty sure he'd be completely down for a brand new Beautiful Joe. Imagine that on the Nintendo Switch, or a brand new Okami on the Nintendo Switch, or better yet, even a brand new Devil May Cry game actually made right. So what do you guys think about this picture here? I think it's very heartwarming. I think it's awesome that Hideki Kamiya would show this off and kind of show his inspiration for what Okami was all about. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next story here. The next Super Bomberman R update will launch in November, and we've got the first footage of the new Grand Prix mode plus more details. Now, last week Konami announced a new update for Super Bomberman R. The company is adding Grand Prix mode as well as Jehudi, Anubis, and Riiko Hinomoto bombers. More information has been shared about the update in recent days. First, here's the official overview of Grand Prix mode via Konami. The Bomberman team is excited to bring a new game mode to Super Bomberman R. The Grand Prix mode allows teams of up to 3 players to compete against each other head-to-head on. These strategic battles will have new rule sets, unique new stages, new characters, and special skills. The two teams will battle it out to see who can collect the most crystals strewn around the stage, make your opponents drop their crystals, and then steal them. You have to work together. Teamwork is a must. Now, Konami also held a couple of stage events for Super Bomberman R at the Tokyo Game Show. Presenters further added that if you're defeated, the crystals scatter, so you or opponent need to take them back. Whoever has the most crystals on each team shows the crown icon over their head, so you will know who should be attacked. We have the first footage of the Grand Prix mode as well, so this is awesome to see that Konami is still supporting Super Bomberman R, which is one of the best-selling third-party games on the Nintendo Switch, and I think that promise of continued support from Konami is the reason why people went out there and picked it up, in addition to the nostalgia factor of playing Bomberman on a Nintendo console. That's just an awesome feeling, and on top of that, a Bomberman game on a Nintendo console right at launch that you can buy on a cartridge. I think that was just too much for some. I know that was too much for me, just because I wanted that. I wanted a cartridge, and I wanted Bomberman just because it's iconic. It's an iconic franchise that a lot of us really grew up with in the 90s, so it's really good to see them continuing to add in content to this game. But I also think as far as what Konami does, they're very kind of like reserved when it comes to the core gamers now, right? Like they basically pulled out as far as making all the different games and putting in everything, but what they've really done is just hone in and focus in on just a few titles a year. So they have like the Metal Gear Solid Survive game, which a lot of people are saying are a little bit better than what people thought it was going to be. Then they did PES this year, which a lot of people are also saying is a really good football game. And then you also have Super Bomberman R, which once again is adding in more content. Now it did take them a little bit of time because Unity is a bit junky, so the game was 30 frames per second, controls weren't as good at launch, but they were able to get updates to Unity, and as they got updates, they improved the game as far as multiplayer goes to 60 frames per second. They updated the single player, they added in new maps, new modes, new content to the game, and it actually made things a lot better, and I think helped sustain sales and keep the sales going. Now at this point, the game can be found for pretty good prices around the internet, so would something like this, for those who haven't picked it up, would this convince you to get into the game now? Although there's a lot of games that are going to be coming out, I'm not going to have a ton of time to play Super Bomberman R, especially when this update drops in November. There's Skyrim, there's just so many more games to play, but at the same time, I definitely will check it out to see this new Grand Prix mode, because it does have me interested as far as the rules and mechanics of it over just the normal Bomberman. I want to check it out. So what do you guys think about all of this cool content that they're adding into Super Bomberman R, and will you be picking up the game now that they did add this in, or going back to it if you already have it? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last article here, we have more information on Project Octopath Traveler as the developers discuss the early silence as far as not revealing information, development progress, and more. So Square Enix held a special session for Project Octopath Traveler at the Tokyo Game Show last week. Nothing new was on display as only the demo was shown, but developers were on hand to speak about the game. Among what was discussed was why it took so long for Project Octopath Traveler to resurface following the announcement in January, where the game is at in terms of development, and more. You can find the full roundup of information right here, and we'll be going over it via Nintendo Everything and Reddit's Scott2. They had been quiet since January because they wanted to release the demo worldwide simultaneously. So unfortunately, they had to hold a lot of information until it was ready. They really wanted the demo because they wanted everyone to be able to see what the visuals looked like running on the Nintendo Switch to increase the interest. I would say mission accomplished on that one. Now, it's hard to put into current development progress in terms of a single number percentage, but as we've seen the demo, they've got combat, dialogue, exploration, etc. in the game and working. They're also still refining the visuals. Just like I said, they're going to make those even better when the game launches. Now, the interviewer was told by his boss not to play the demo so he could be playing it for the first time during the interview today. He was super pissed that he couldn't play it beforehand. Yeah, and that sucks because it was probably a game that he was looking forward to playing. Now, hopefully, there'll be plenty of Nintendo Switches when the game launches, so everyone will be able to play it. They added in. Now, when the Japanese say Octopath, they pronounce it the same as octopus. So the interviewer thought it had something to do with octopuses until they explained the name, and they laughed about that. Now, the interviewer was told to use Olberic to show off the battles. They really discussed and tested voice acting and decided to put it in because they felt it would be more immersive if they had that. Now, the game will support English, Japanese, Spanish, French, German, Italian text on launch, so it sounds like they're going to have one version worldwide. Door openings are the best use of HD rumble, in their opinion. They originally had the rumble with every footstep, but it was way too much, so they took it out. But I have to disagree as far as the door opening. I think breaking the opponents and how it travels from one side then spreads, just like the break across the screen, I think that's actually the best use of HD rumble. But it's pretty cool that they think it's door openings, but yes, door openings are also really good as well. They asked the producer if he liked Romance Saga, and he said yes, and the interview said he was relieved, then said that the game is in good hands because yes, that game is pretty awesome, and there are some similarities here and there. Now, the developers also explained that they intend the flow of battle to be just this: find the weakness, break the opponent, hit hard with a boost, It's simple, but it can get complex. And I have to 100% agree with that flow of battle, and that's what makes Project Octopath to me so entertaining to play. You find that weakness, you exploit it, you boost up, and then you bash them. You destroy them with some powered up Super Saiyan attack. So yo, that's what I love about the game, and I think that this game is going to have a ton of the intricacies to make the combat system more complex. You have a bunch of different characters that you can use. You have a lot of different magic and different weapons that you also have as well. The boost system is a nice risk reward here and there, not as much as Bravely Default, but still, it's still something that you can add into there. You can also use your boosting in order to have defense, because some enemies, even in the demo, can like one hit kill you. So I really love what they're doing all around with this game. And what do you guys feel as far as your opinion on the best use of HD Rumble as far as the demo goes and all of that? Like, I think that it's just amazing that they're able to put this game together and show off such an impressive demo, because there's a lot of content to do in that demo. You can recruit people with Primrose, you can challenge people with Ulrich. There's a lot of stuff, and it gives you a great look at how the game is going to be, just a small slice of each of their campaigns. So what do you guys think about Project Octopath? It's coming out spring 2018. I think by that time Nintendo will have the Switch situation in terms of stock a lot better, so I do feel that this game is going to do very well. I know I want a collector's edition. Hopefully they do that. So let me know what you guys think about Project Octopath and everything that they discussed here in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also make sure you check out our Patreon page. Pledge any tier, be entered into win some awesome prizes. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and $10 prize eShop tournaments for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Splatoon 2, and more. So support PE Live and PE Arena right here on PlayerEssence. Also make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest Japanese, RPG, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.